Hey everyone, it's Danielle D'Entremont, Maritime Medium, and today's video is going to be highlighting and sharing some insight into what the hustle looks like when you are really working hard behind the scenes to make a redirection in your life in a completely new expression of what's important to you. So for today's video, it's going to be focusing a lot on sharing the background of my film project with the spiritual series that I have been working so hard from, that happy work that's been from my heart for over 4 years now. So the series, in case this is new information for you, or just to kind of, rehash where I'm going and what's brewing behind the scenes that's coming to light soon, is I have been working on creating a spiritual series that's going to be teaching about the reality of real spiritual experiences and the many ways that they can validate. I created this because I noticed that in where a lot of television shows are focusing right now in terms of topics like mediumship and those kinds of things, they're showing what connections look like in terms of like a mediumship style of connection, but they're not highlighting like dream visitations or the education behind how how do you smudge, or like if you want to do those kinds of things behind the scenes, like work with crystal grids. There's so much that you can touch on. And what I really care about is there's so many beautiful healers in the world, and I'm very fortunate to be in the Maritimes where we are literally saturated with incredible healers. And what I've been working on behind the scenes has started from back to when I was pregnant with my son Caden, who's now 3. So this is like backtracking 4 years now of traveling around the Maritimes, starting doing interviewing people that I know have authentic spiritual gifts, because I've either had readings with them and they've validated or checked out with things that there's no way they could have known, or I know people close to them who have had readings with them and it checked out, or both. Sometimes it's been both, which has been pretty cool. But what I'm getting at here is I kind of want to highlight A, what I've been working on, and B, how to make that redirection happen in your life. So as many of you know, I've talked about this before, I've worked in restaurants for a lot of my life, and it's been amazing. However, my passion is really around anything that's going to help people heal, especially in terms of spiritual experiences and as being a medium. So what I want to show here is kind of like the mastermind plan behind how I have been working on considering making these big dreams really happen. So already, 4 years ago, I was working with what I had. I started working with doing videos with my phone, traveling around the Maritimes while pregnant to interview people I believed in. And I paid attention to who I met as the years went on in terms of who the universe was putting in my path on purpose, who was either a director or had their own film company or had really interesting insight into projects like this, and learning and listening to, hey, what insight do you have for me? Here's my idea. How do I make this actually happen? And so I got really good ideas about the cohesiveness of what needs to be there in terms of a series really being successful. And I pay attention to the people who come across my path. I will reach out to them. I will take advantage of it and trust the timing on when that information is supposed to come to me too. So I'm going to kind of show some of my long-term plans, as well as show a little bit of my spiritual series, the written version of what I've been working on, as we prepare for the launch, which is coming up not far away. I'm going to be announcing the formal date soon, and it's going to be super fun and beautiful and healing and inspiring, and a lot of really, truly beautiful magical moments at once, and there's no way to even capture that at this point. I'm so excited for that night. But so without further ado, I want to kind of show like these are the kinds of things that I need to think about in terms of how to make a real redirection in my life of, okay, what are major steps I can do to have this get the traction that it needs. So there's all kinds of different concepts here, and of course, like anyone, when your number one goal at the end of it is be a guest on Jimmy Fallon, because everyone loves Jimmy. Who doesn't? But that's just kind of like a fun thing that I'm completely serious about, but take a lot of joy in kind of having on that list as well. So I also want to show part of what I've been working on for the written pitch of my series. So just loading. There it is. Okay. So I'm not going to show all of it, but I'll kind of like do a quick scroll through of what I've been working on behind the scenes super hard for the past few years of thinking about, okay, what is this series about? What does it need to include? Who are the people I want to feature? What are the questions I want to ask? And it's coming together here, and I care so much about it and wanted to share kind of a little bit of insight there of, when I say that, this is important to me and I feel like it's going to do a lot of good. I've put a lot of thought, I've put a lot of care, I've paid attention to my intuition on what to say yes to, who to say no to, and really in terms of making these major decisions to see this through. So eventually, when I do get this picked up, y'all can look back at this video and say, oh, so if I want to do something that's creative and passionate and, it seems impossible at the time, nuh-uh. It's possible. You just have to put in the work. You work with what you have. You start where you're at, like I did. I started with the phone. I started traveling around the Maritimes and interviewing people, and that was just the basic concept at that point. That's before other elements came in of wanting to talk about, more the holistic side of wellness and more spiritual tips and everything that makes this series really complete. So I wanted to share that and keep everyone in the loop that the premiere launch party is in the works. As soon as it's ready, you will be seeing all kinds of wonderful promotional information about it. It's going to be groovy, it's going to be fun, it's going to be incredible, it's going to be inspiring, and really excited. So I hope everyone's keeping well, and I wish you all the best, and take care when this finds you. Bye for now.